They said it would never happen, but Tanzania just ripped up the rulebook. In a move that's shaking Washington and rattling European capitals, President Samia Suluhu has inked the biggest energy and resource deal in the nation's history, and she has done it with Putin and Moscow. Forget the small contracts of the past. This is a multi-billion-dollar game-changer that ties Tanzania's uranium future directly to Russia's nuclear ambitions. And behind the handshakes and smiles, there are secret clauses, power-shifting guarantees, and long-term stakes that could redraw Africa's energy map. And the West? They are furious. So, what did Tanzania really do secretly, and why is the West panicking and angry? In this video, let's find out. For much of its modern history, Tanzania was known internationally for its natural beauty and stable political climate, rather than for heavy industry or strategic mineral exports. Its economy relied heavily on agriculture, tourism, and modest-scale mining. Serengeti safaris, Zanzibar's spice-scented coasts, and Mount Kilimanjaro attracted millions of visitors, while crops like coffee, tea, and cloves formed the backbone of foreign exchange earnings. Yet beneath these lush national parks and turquoise coastlines lay something far more strategic: uranium reserves. Among the most valuable and politically sensitive minerals on Earth, uranium is the essential fuel for nuclear power generation, and, when enriched, for nuclear weapons. For years, Tanzania's known deposits remained untapped, largely due to the technical, financial, and political challenges of developing such a resource. That situation has now changed, positioning the country to make one of its most significant economic leaps in decades. The Mkuju River Project, located in the Ruvuma region of southern Tanzania, has long been on the radar of geologists. Containing an estimated 152 million tons of ore, its size could place Tanzania among the world's top 10 uranium producers once fully operational. But developing this resource required far more than just digging into the earth. It needed billions in capital investment, advanced nuclear processing technology, and perhaps most importantly, a partner willing to operate under Tanzania's own terms rather than imposing conditions that favored foreign interests alone. That partner has emerged in the form of Russia's state-owned nuclear giant, Rosatom, a company with the technical capacity to bring the project to life and the geopolitical appetite to expand its influence in Africa. This is not a routine mining deal. It is a strategic partnership that could reshape both Tanzania's economic future and Africa's role in the global nuclear supply chain. And this also breaks the old exploitative cycle. That's because resource contracts in Africa have historically followed a damaging pattern. Foreign companies extract raw materials, export them unprocessed, and leave the host country with little more than a handful of jobs and minimal royalties. This model has contributed to the so-called resource curse, where countries rich in minerals remain poor in infrastructure, industry, and skills. However, Tanzania's new agreement with Rosatom, valued at $1.2 billion, breaks from that pattern in several key ways. The deal is structured to embed long-term economic benefits within Tanzania, rather than allowing all value to flow abroad. First, the capital injection is substantial, covering mining infrastructure, a uranium processing facility, and dedicated training centers for Tanzanian personnel. Second, the Tanzanian state retains a 20% equity stake in the project, giving it both a say in decision-making and a share in profits. Current projections suggest annual dividends of around $40 million once production reaches full capacity. Job creation is another central pillar. The project is expected to directly employ around 4,000 workers, with an additional 100,000 indirect jobs in supply chains, transport, catering, and other supporting industries. Just as importantly, the deal includes a firm commitment to technology transfer. Russian engineers and nuclear specialists will train Tanzanian counterparts in advanced uranium extraction and processing techniques, skills that are rarely shared in such partnerships. Finally, the agreement stipulates that processing will occur domestically, rather than exporting raw ore. This keeps more economic value in the country, and positions Tanzania as a hub for processed uranium supply in Africa, a capability few nations on the continent currently possess. Before we continue further, tell us, are you enjoying the video? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Black Africa. Let's continue now. In July 2025, the partnership took its first concrete step toward production with the inauguration of a pilot uranium processing plant at the Nyota deposit, part of the Mkuju River project area. Operated by Rosatom subsidiary Mantra Tanzania Limited, the facility is designed to test processing methods, optimize output quality, and ensure environmental compliance before the main complex begins construction. The plan is ambitious but methodical. Full-scale operations are scheduled for 2029, with an output goal of up to 3,000 tons of uranium per year. This would instantly propel Tanzania into the upper tier of uranium-producing nations. President Samia Suluhu Hassan hailed the launch as a landmark in the country's industrial journey, framing it within a broader vision of clean energy development and high-tech capability building. On Rosatom's side, Director General Alexei Likachov publicly committed to strict environmental safeguards, including closed-loop water recycling, biodiversity protection programs, and real-time ecological monitoring systems. These measures are not mere public relations points. They are designed to address one of uranium mining's biggest controversies, the long-term environmental risks. By integrating such safeguards from the pilot stage, Tanzania and Rosatom aim to avoid the devastating contamination issues that have plagued uranium mines in other parts of Africa. Furthermore, Tanzania's leadership is acutely aware of how poorly previous uranium-rich nations have fared under older deal structures. Two examples illustrate the dangers they want to avoid. In Niger, uranium has powered French cities for decades through Arriva, now Orano, yet most Nigerian households remain without electricity. The wealth generated left the country with little development to show for it, as the raw material was exported without local processing or significant value retention. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, uranium from the Shinkolobwe mine was used in the bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Despite the mineral's global impact, Congolese communities saw no proportional economic benefits, and the mine itself became a symbol of exploitation. Now, Tanzania's insistence on local processing, technology transfer, and state equity directly responds to these historical failures. The objective is clear: to ensure uranium wealth fuels industrial capacity, public services, and a trained workforce, rather than becoming another chapter in Africa's long list of missed opportunities. Even though this is making the West panic, the biggest reason for the panic is Russia's involvement in a mineral, which is nuclear. Rosatom has been steadily expanding its presence on the continent, not only by supplying nuclear fuel, but also by building entire energy infrastructures, training engineers, and securing mining rights. Russia already supplies uranium to South Africa's Coburg nuclear power plant and has signed cooperation agreements with more than 10 African countries in the nuclear sector. By securing Tanzania's uranium, Russia strengthens its control over a segment of the global nuclear fuel supply chain and cements a strategic ally in East Africa. For Tanzania, the partnership diversifies its global alliances, reducing dependency on Western institutions, which have dominated African resource investment for decades. However, aligning closely with Russia also places Tanzania in the middle of intensifying geopolitical competition over critical minerals, a rivalry that could shape its foreign policy choices in the years ahead. From an economic perspective, the projected benefits are substantial. Over the life of the project, the government expects $1.2 billion in total revenue, alongside thousands of jobs and the creation of a skilled uranium workforce. Beyond energy, uranium's isotopes have critical medical uses in cancer treatment and advanced diagnostic technologies, opening the door for Tanzania to develop a domestic nuclear medicine sector. However, the risks are equally real. Uranium mining, if poorly managed, can lead to radioactive contamination that devastates ecosystems and human health for generations. Displacement of communities near the mine sites is another potential flashpoint, requiring careful planning and fair compensation. There is also the danger of over-reliance on a single foreign partner for a strategic resource. While the Russian deal offers immediate advantages, geopolitical shifts or future disputes could leave Tanzania exposed. Furthermore, Western powers wary of Russia's influence may respond with reduced aid, sanctions, or trade barriers, complicating Tanzania's economic trajectory. However, one thing is certain. If executed as planned, Tanzania's uranium project could serve as a blueprint for how African nations engage with foreign investors in strategic sectors. Retaining state ownership stakes, insisting on local value addition, and demanding skills transfer are principles that could be replicated in other high-value industries, from lithium to rare earths. Such an approach directly challenges the entrenched belief that Africa's only choices are between exploitation by foreign companies or shutting out investment altogether. Tanzania's deal suggests a third path, a strategic partnership that respects sovereignty and long-term development goals. Tanzania's uranium deal with Russia is a bold step into a high-stakes industry. It has the potential to transform the country into one of the world's leading uranium producers, while building a domestic base of nuclear expertise. The outcome will depend on execution, transparency, and the government's ability to ensure that promised local benefits, like jobs, training, and infrastructure, are delivered in full. If successful, it could inspire a new generation of African resource deals built on equity and shared value. If not, it could join the long list of resource projects that enriched foreign partners while leaving the host nation with little lasting benefit. What do you think? Did Tanzania make a fate-changing deal with Russia? Do you think Russia is Africa's loyal partner, one that seeks genuine collaboration rather than exploitation? In the comment section below, share your thoughts on whether the West will try to sabotage the deal and how Tanzania should handle it. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We bring videos on Black Africa, its history, rich arts and culture, and things the world should know about. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.